Best in TV with Barbara Walters continues with your favorite TV hosts.
Your number 5 favorite host, David Letterman.
Should I have protective goggles on or anything?
Long before he was showing us stupid pet tricks from top 10 lists.
And the number one thing Mitt Romney would like to say to the American people.
It's a hairpiece.
There you go, Mitt Romney.
He was a weatherman.
Odd cover photograph made earlier of the United States.
Then a stand-up comic, a late-night host.
Would you welcome, please, David Letterman.
And Johnny Carson's protege and heir to his late-night kingdom. But Jay Leno famously got that throne.
Just how pissed off are you?
So Letterman built his own show.
The Late Show with David Letterman.
Around his unique mix of irony and silliness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a promo. This is the actual show.
What I loved about David Letterman was it was unpredictable. Here we are, it's supposed to be a talk show, and the next thing you know, he's jumping on a trampoline and then sticking to a wall of Velcro.
Carson continued to support Letterman secretly, writing jokes for his monologues and making a rare guest appearance on his show.
But it seems, David, that you are the $1 million winner.
Oh, my God!
He may have learned from the master, but now he's a master himself.
It's going to be a little hot, so be careful.
Your number 4 favorite host, and every woman who could play any woman.
What have I done to myself?
Carol Burnett.
It's the Carol Burnett Show.
Her variety show introduced us to some of television's most memorable sketch comedy characters.
Say something to me.
Can you hear me? Surprise, surprise!
Maybe the most memorable, Carol herself.
Let's turn up the lights and see if y'all have any questions before we get started.
She started each show with a Q&A.
Yes, ma'am.
She said she was initially terrified of talking off script, but it soon became one of her favorite parts of the show.
Yes.
What do you do with all your old clothes?
Are you asking for yourself, sir?
It was classic Carol, relaxed, relatable, real.
What a haul!
Each show included a secret signal to the grandmother who had raised her.
This earlobe was kind of like 2 millimeters longer than this one from yanking it all those years.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
Carol said her final goodbye after 11 seasons.
Good night. Thank you.
Your number 3 favorite host, the woman with the Midas touch, Oprah Winfrey. More than a host, Oprah is a force. For 25 years, she was the most influential talk show host ever.
At the height of her fame, she was like a human campfire around which everybody gathered.
Have you ever felt this way before?
And it was incredibly powerful.
She turned experts into stars.
It'll be fun, y'all.
Books into bestsellers overnight.
You could have a pamphlet, and Oprah Winfrey could sell it.
Anything Oprah praised flew off the shelves.
It's beginning to look a lot like favorite food!
Most of all, Oprah inspired with her gospel of self-improvement.
Because if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that'll be enough.
Over the course of her career, I fortunately interviewed Oprah 4 times. But I'll never forget what she said when we first met.
I've always known that I was born for greatness in my life. I meant that I think every soul has its calling. That's what I meant by born to greatness.
In Oprah's case, she was right. Your number 2 favorite host, someone with all the right moves, Ellen DeGeneres.
She's not that sort of typical talk show personality, but that's part of her appeal. Not everybody is that homecoming queen.
Ellen's show is a permanent party.
It's part of the trick!
Even the biggest celebrities let loose with Ellen.
You're screaming with a bullhorn in the middle of the street.
She's fun, and she makes geekiness look cool.
It was Ellen's offbeat charm that led her to her big break on what else? Carson's Tonight Show. She did a bit about calling God.
Yeah, hi, God. This is Ellen. Ellen, listen, if you weren't too bit... Sure, hold on. Somebody's at the gate.
That's very clever and very fresh, and,
Well, that's wonderful hearing that from you.
It made her a top stand-up comic, a sitcom star, and one of the first big Hollywood stars to come out as gay.
So thanks for stopping by. This was a lot of fun. Okay.
For God's sake, Ellen, tell him you're gay.
Which today doesn't seem like a big deal, because Ellen is just, well, Ellen. If you were calling God today, what would you say?
Thank you.
Your number one favorite host
Here's Johnny.
The great star maker himself and the king of late night, Johnny Carson.
you really should stop applauding because you give me a big head. And, no, then my crown won't fit anymore.
Late night's smoothest, suavest host didn't start out that way. He'd been on 2 primetime flops and a game show.
Johnny Carson.
Before taking over The Tonight Show for Jack Paar. For the next 30 years, the boyish-looking Nebraska native dominated late night.
Mama, I'm on TV!
Famously private and introverted, he came alive on camera.
Piggly Wiggly. Describe Kermit's wedding night.
Carson's show was a bedtime ritual for America. His monologues were so influential that some say he helped get Richard Nixon to leave office.
Tonight's monologue is dedicated to President Nixon. I've got a monologue that just won't quit.
But mostly Carson sidestepped controversy.
The Tonight Show basically is to amuse people, to make them laugh.
He milked every moment.
I didn't even know you were Jewish.
Even jokes that fell flat were funny in Johnny's expert hands.
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
And just as Carson always prided himself on his comic timing, he knew when it was time to go.
I can only tell you that it has been an honor and a privilege to come into your homes all these years and entertain you. I bid you a very heartfelt good night.